that win. Just how big was that for you?
I think it's really big, of course, to win another Premier League night. It's massively. It's hard. I think I had a tough draw this night to win the first game against Gezi, then Luc Littler, and then of course Nathan Esman in the final. It's not that easy, but you still have to do it. And then to make it actually happen, it always gives you a great feeling.
I mean, Luc Littler, it seems like it's becoming a little bit of a battle between you two in the last few.
Not really. I keep beating him.
What's it like going up against him, though?
Nah, it's not fantastic. He's a phenomenal player. I know that, and he has such a lot of talent, and he has got a great career in front of him. But like I always say, get the pressure a little bit of him. Don't ask him too many stupid questions. Just let him enjoy also what he does, and makes him a better player, I think, in the long run.
And as well, obviously, you've got quite a bit of space at the top of the Premier League table now. Is that something that is that something that weighs on your mind, or is it just take each?
Of course, it's important. Of course, you want to make yourself as comfortable as possible, and I think with this win, I can have my looks towards next week, but that's what I want to do. I want to make sure I put myself in a comfortable position, make sure I do the damage again, and make sure I get more points, and that's the only thing I can do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Michael, congratulations against Gezi. That's arguably the most comfortable I've seen you in a long, long time. Did it feel like you were in the zone in that game?
Oh, I think me and Gezi played a fantastic game. I was playing some really good darts, and when you also have to play good darts, then it gives you extra joy when you actually do it, and I think was good. Of course, there's room for more, but you also need to be happy.
The last 3 weeks, we've seen every side of your game. I think. Which win has been most satisfying?
I don't really care, to be fair. Any win is good. Of course, every week is something different. Every venue is special, but it's just every week you play opponents in different kind of form, so you need to adjust yourself.
You talk about applying pressure on everyone else, making them chase you. 3 wins in a row, like you said there, top of the table. Are they going to be feeling the pressure now?
Of course, but I think they're happy with me when they keep winning my games, because they keep 3 spots left. They know that, so they don't have to doubt about me. So I need to, for me, the only thing I feel comfortable, of course, I mean, I'm having a good run, but it doesn't say anything yet. It's still, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Congratulations.
Michael, no players have won 4 nights in a row since the inception of this format. How determined are you to try and get that record next week?
What record?
To win 4 nights in a row.
No one ever did it?
No, not yet.
Okay, who has the record now then?
Yourself and Michael Smith was 3.
Michael Smith as well?
Yeah.
Then I have to change it next week. Can't have it both ways. No. Of course, but I don't really look into that. I just need to look towards the points. I also look to my own form and my own ability, and I think my game is there. Of course, there's still a lot to fight for still, and still week after week you want to progress. You want to make sure you do the right things for yourself, but it's still a long way.
Does it already feel like the other players are going to have to step up their game significantly if they're going to get anywhere near you in this Premier League?
Hope so. That would be nice.
And just that 90 checkout against Luc Littler on 2 double-18s in the deciding leg, how satisfying was that?
I'm not really satisfied with that. He was lucky even he was allowed to play the leg against me, because the leg before missed 6 darts for the match already, and normally I don't do things like that. But sometimes I'm also human, you know what I mean? I also make mistakes, and I don't want to put myself in that position, but sometimes it's also darts.
Michael, is complacency your biggest enemy now?
What?
Is complacency your biggest enemy?
No, because if you listen to me, I know what I said. I'm not going to put myself any targets. I'm not going to put myself any goals. I'm going to look week by week, so I don't put myself in that position, because last year I did that, and I didn't do myself any favors. I was getting a little bit too relaxed, so I need to make sure I do it this year different, and you have to learn off your mistakes, and hopefully I did.
Thank you very much.
Michael, can you explain what you said earlier on about Luc Littler? You said that there were too many questions being asked about him, or?
No, not too many questions. People, he's a young kid. How much pressure the press and everyone puts on his shoulders is insane. You probably don't even know, because you just ask the questions. But I know as a player how it is. I don't think it's fair on him, but that's my opinion. And let him enjoy his life. Let him do his own thing. Of course, that happens with famous people, But that's just my opinion.
I understand that, but so what
You
should
probably,
happen?
you probably don't.
Oh, I don't understand what it
no,
feels
no,
like,
No,
but I
no,
understand what you're
otherwise
saying.
you wouldn't ask the question.
Yeah, but what do you think should happen? Should he not be asked questions, or should he not
Of
play?
course,
or-
but let him enjoy himself. Everywhere, wherever he does, if he puts his shoe on, if he puts his darts in his hand, whether he puts his finger in his nose, whatever he does, everyone speaks about him. Everywhere it's in the newspaper. Let him enjoy himself. Let him enjoy. Let him live his life.
From your perspectives, how hard is that? Do you
From
say-
my perspective, I don't really care. But I just want to protect the product. And I like darts. I like to perform at the highest level. So I like also to play against Luke Littler. But if you keep doing this, I've seen a lot of other kids in his position drift off. So I don't think that's good for the sport.
Michael, we see it every year. You seem to bring your A game into the Premier League. Why is it, do you think, that you play your best when others may seem to struggle in this format?
Because when you play the best players, you have to play your best game, and you have to perform, you have to win. And of course, over so many weeks, you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have good days, but overall, you need to make sure you keep your momentum going, and that's what I'm doing at the moment.
You've got an 8-point lead after only 4 nights in the Premier League. Is it hard to keep that concentration and motivation knowing that there's still 12 more weeks to go?
No, because what I said before, I think I have a different mindset now. I'm gonna look at week by week. Don't put myself in the same position last year. Last year I was like another week, and I wasn't really there mentally, and I've changed it this year.
Cheers, Michael. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Even at this early stage, Michael, do you think the other players are playing for 3 places in the final?
Really?
Do you think?
Yeah, but that was always going to happen. If I play my B or C game, that was always going to happen.
So you think you're there already?
No, I'm not. I didn't say that, but of course I count myself in the semi-finals. Otherwise, I'm going to do a bad job. That's the way how it is. If you look to all the stats over all the years, I have to count myself in the top 4. Otherwise, only happened once now, and it was in the Corona times. I ended up number 5. I lost to Nathan Espinal that night to not qualify, and that's where sometimes that goes as well. But you need to believe your own ability.
Michael, a lot of games this season are going the distance. Do you feel like the competition?
What are you saying?
A lot of the games have got a lot of legs in them. They're going the full distance.
That's because you're
Yeah.
playing the best players in the world.
And how do you feel about the competition? Do you feel like they're playing catch up with you, or they're raising their game to meet you?
Nah, it's a short format, and we play this format also in the Pro Tours and everywhere. And the Premier League is not there for nothing, because there's 8 fantastic players battling, competing against each other week after week, and then you need to make sure you do the right things. And of course you're going to have close battles, and that's the way how it is. Maybe later in the season you're going to have some easier games, some difficult games, but that's, especially in short formats, that's the way how darts goes.
And you've won 75% of the night so far. Are you going to go on and win the whole thing?
I hope so, but it's 13 weeks away.
Just a word on Nathan Aspinall, Michael. He hadn't won a single game before tonight, but now he's made it to the final. How impressed were you with his performances tonight?
I wasn't impressed because I know he's capable of, and he mentally has a tough time at the moment. So for himself, it was a big jump forwards. Of course, he wanted to win a game like this, but I think when he was in the final, he was already happy.